Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Seller Sessions this Monday, 5 p.m. UAE time. Very excited to have all of you. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Instagram. Wherever you are following us, we are here to help and support you. This is going to be a solo episode. I'm going to be here with you tonight answering all of your Amazon related questions. I do have some questions already, but as you are coming in, make sure that you leave your questions in the comments section. Anything related to Amazon, no matter what question it is, I'll be happy to help and support you and try to answer it as much as I can. Now, with that being said, we do have some questions that some of you have already sent. So I am going to get started with the questions. Let me show you on the screen question number one. This is a question that I see all the time. Do I need a business license to sell on Amazon UAE or KSA? And the answer is yes. Currently, Amazon has updated all of its requirements for both Saudi Arabia and UAE. Actually, the requirement for a business license was updated in Saudi Arabia in the beginning of the year, the past year, 2025, January, approximately 2025, where there was no more potential of selling on Amazon as an individual. And as of October 2025, Amazon UAE has also changed its requirements. And right now, if you want to sell on Amazon, both UAE and Saudi Arabia, you will require to have a business license. A lot of people ask, can I open an individual account? There has never been something known as an individual account in UAE and Saudi Arabia. It has always been a professional account. Thank you so much. It's always been a professional account in UAE and Saudi Arabia, which is the type of account that provides you all of the options on Amazon. However, previous to the changes, so previous to this year, Amazon would allow sellers to open these accounts as individuals, meaning with just their ID or with business licenses. This is no longer the case. Right now, if you want to sell on Amazon, UAE, and Saudi Arabia, you need to have a business license. Now, where does this business license need to come from? You will, if you check our YouTube channel, we put out a lot of information, even a little bit on the shorts, Instagram, and Reels and stuff like that. We do put out a lot of information about this particular question. But to break it down and to make it very easy, if you want to sell in the UAE, you can get a UAE license, or you can also have a license from a lot of different countries, such as the US, the UK, and other countries, which you can utilize in order to sell on Amazon. Saudi Arabia, same thing. It's quite difficult to get a CR if you are an expat, but you can use a UAE business license as an example. Question, I have the UAE license, but I don't have time to manage my store. Can I have someone to run my account from any other country? Certainly, of course. Amazon is an international market, and you don't actually need to live in the UAE to sell on Amazon in the UAE. You can be living somewhere else. Of course, you have a UAE business license. You know that you are able to even get the business license without ever coming to the UAE. So things are very digital in nature. It's very normal to be able to manage your business on Amazon as a platform, no matter where you are. Nobody is going to come to your address. Nobody's going to check where you live. And anyways, there's nothing wrong with managing a business cross-border in different countries. I know it might seem a little bit odd, but this is how e-commerce is, and this is how the digital world is. So we need to adapt to it. Again, let me move on to question number 2. And for everyone that is joining us, if you have questions, make sure to leave them so that I can see them. Question number 2, what is the number one mistake when selling on Amazon? Oof. This is a difficult question because the truth of the matter is there are a lot of mistakes. But if I wanted to say the number one mistake that most sellers make, especially new sellers to Amazon, would be just selling any product to sell, just to basically sell. So they would sell just any product. And that isn't something that works when you are talking about Amazon. Understanding Amazon as a platform will let you understand what I mean by this answer. So Amazon is a platform which has requirements. The platform has demand. So if you want to sell something on Amazon, you need to make sure that customers are looking for it. It's a demand-based platform. So think about the customer journey. Customers on Amazon log in and they search for a particular product. They find the products and then they select. So it starts with customers searching. So whatever you want to sell on Amazon, you need to ensure that customers are searching for it. So I would say that is the number one mistake that sellers make. They just sell something without doing the research to try to figure out if this is a product that people are looking for on Amazon. I can see a question on Instagram from Adnan. Hi, thank you so much for live. We have already updated our individual account. Fantastic, Adnan. Interest commercial accounts. Also, please add me on Amy Amazon community so I can join your physical meetups. I have no idea what Amy Amazon community is. Not sure what that is. If you want to join our meetups, all you need to do is to make sure that you follow us right here, or you follow us, you can follow our videos on YouTube, you can be in our mailing list, you can follow us right here on Instagram, and we will let you know whenever there is any meetup. A question from Mian. It's hard to find authentic brand distributor or supplier in UAE. That is absolutely true. For anyone that wants to resell on Amazon, it is very important that you know when you want to resell branded items, you need to be very careful because Amazon, specifically in the UAE and Saudi Arabia market, take authentic products very seriously. And I'm sure all of you are very, very serious sellers, but it's very important to understand that you need to provide certain documents in order to prove that the products that you are selling are authentic. And those documents would be a simple invoice from, here comes the problem, from the actual distributor or the main supplier of this brand. What I mean by that is it is no longer possible, not just in the UAE, in the majority of Amazon marketplaces. This is stuff that you probably have consumed in many old videos, because that is how Amazon used to be, where you would be able to go down to a store, purchase a product that is on discount, as an example, and come sell it on Amazon. This is no longer possible. If you want to sell branded items, you need to ensure that you have the proper documents so that Amazon allows you to sell these products. Remember, Amazon is a customer first platform, so they really need to ensure that the products that you are selling are actually real and authentic. Yeah, so that's why, if you consume any of our content, you normally find that we normally recommend that people build their own brand by selling private label products. When you sell private label, you are building your own brand, so there's no authentication problems, and you have full control over your products. Alternatively, if you want to be a reseller, probably the best way would be to sell just generic standard products that are not heavily branded, and certainly not brands that are heavily trademarked like the well-known brands that we know and love. Great. Let me know if you have any questions. I already have a question also that was added before. Let me share it with you. So this is a question related a little bit more to ads, how to improve my ROAS. For those of you that are new to Amazon and specifically maybe new to advertising on Amazon, ROAS stands for return on ad spend. Quite simply, the concept would be when you get a ROAS number, it's about how much you spend versus how much return you got from this ad spend. So let's say if you log in, if you are currently selling on Amazon, log into your campaign manager and look at the ROAS metric. So let's say your ROAS metric is 7, which is very good. It means for every 1 dirham you spent, you have generated 7 dirhams worth in sales. Absolutely wonderful. Which is certainly not something that is good. You don't want a ROAS to be 1. In fact, you want the ROAS to be approximately 6. If it is at 6, it's absolutely great. Anywhere between 3 and 6 would be acceptable. Anything above 6 would be wonderful. That is, we're talking, of course, on Amazon. Now, with that being said, how do you improve your ROAS? Your ROAS is specifically related to ads, and it specifically means that the customers that are logging into your product page are feeling convinced, they like the product, and then they end up purchasing. So this is not necessarily related to the ad. It's actually related to where the ad sends the customer, which is what we call your product page or your product listing. If you consume our content both on the YouTube channel and on Instagram as well, you know that I constantly talk about optimizing your product page. This is my obsession because the product page is the connection that the customer has between you and your product. So that's how you are able to convince the customer. If you want to improve your ROAS or improve the sales that are coming from the ads, all you need to do is to improve your product page itself. 3 important metrics that customers look at, 3 important metrics that customers look at when they want to purchase a product on Amazon. Number 1, they are going to look at the images. The images is how a customer understands all the details of your product, so they are very valuable. If you are brand registered and you're able to add a video inside of your product page, you will see an improvement in your conversion rate simply because you're able to provide more information to the customer. Number 2, the customers look at, you're probably thinking the price. No, the price is number 3. Number 2 are the reviews. Customers not only look at the reviews, but they actually read the reviews. And that's how important reviews are on Amazon. So customers, they, number 1, look at your images. Number 2, read the reviews. Number 3, they look at the price. So the images and how well you explain the product and how not just explain the product, but you display how the product solves a certain problem is very, very essential. And number 2, the reviews, because they're going to read other people's opinion. This will determine whether or not they're willing to pay whatever price you are selling your product at. The better the images, the better the reviews, the higher you can sell the product for because you're able to convince customers. So this is what you need to look at in order to improve your ROAS, as that was the main question. If you want to improve ROAS, then you simply need to improve these 3 metrics. You need to improve your images, you need to improve your reviews. Most sellers, when they want to improve their sales or to improve the sales that are coming from the ads, what we call ROAS, the number 1 thing that they do is they just do number 3, which is they reduce the price. Yes, reducing the price, of course, is easy because you're able to convince many more people, as an example, to pay 40 dirhams versus 100 dirhams. But if you simply work on number one and number two, then number three is not relevant anymore as you are able to convince more people. That's how you improve your ROAS and you improve your sales. Adnan is asking on Instagram, I have reached many suppliers and brand. They never allow to sell because they say we are already have third-party sellers. So I've created my own trademark and start selling my own branded brand. Thank you so much, Adnan, for this for your comment. Absolutely true. Not only that, a lot of suppliers and brands want to work with, they have high MOQs, they want to work with sellers that have high quantities in order, or that will order high quantities in order for them to feel excited to, let you sell their products. So you are absolutely right. It is quite difficult to find suppliers that are willing to let you purchase some products and sell them as a third-party seller. Doing private label is a little bit difficult, but also maybe the best way. Another comment from Mian, I have done 2 generic listings on my account. Can I start PL on the same account? Fantastic question. Just to explain something, on one seller account, you can sell multiple different business models. On one seller account, you can sell under multiple different categories. On one seller account, you can sell multiple different brands. In fact, as a business owner, you can have only one seller account in each country. On one seller account, you can do both FBA and FBM. So the answer is absolutely yes, because actually there is no other option. Yes, on one seller account, you can do different types of business models, sell different brands, sell different, do different types of logistics, absolutely no problem. Because each seller can have one account per market, which means you cannot open a second Amazon UAE account just to sell private label, unless you create a new business license just to open a new seller account. Do you provide guidance on selling on Noon as well? Absolutely not. The company is called Amazon Sellers Society because we are 100% Amazonian. I don't know what this Noon is. I've never heard of it before. Marhaba, marhaba. How to get reviews? Oh, fantastic question, Yasser. Thank you so much. So getting reviews is one of the toughest things, specifically for the UAE and Saudi Arabia market, just because I believe customers are very busy. They don't have time to leave reviews. The only way they will leave a review is if they are on 2 separate extremes. So, of course, you will agree with me when I tell you customers don't leave reviews unless they are very, very angry and upset. I'm sure you will agree with me that yes, it's true, because it would apply to you as well. Okay, so if customers are very, very angry and upset and they will leave a review, then they will only leave a positive review if they are very, very, very happy and very happy with the product. So it's all about the 2 extremes. They either need to be very happy with the product or the product experience, or they need to be very upset with the product and or the product experience. So think about what you can do in order to get the customer to feel really happy about the experience. It could be just a product. You can add certain pamphlets inside of the product. Certainly don't tell customers you will pay them money like $5 or something like that, because I see a lot of those in products that I buy on Amazon. That is all against Amazon's policy. You can ask them to leave you a review by adding a small pamphlet or insert card inside of the product, but never incentivize it. But you can create a great unboxing experience. A lot of Brands add additional gifts that come with the purchase. You can add the story of your business and how you created and decided to sell this product. So you need to think about what you need to do in order to get people to the good extreme, hopefully not the negative extreme, to get them excited to get to leave you a review. Now, with that being said, reviews are also naturally something that comes with numbers. So the more you sell, the more potential of getting reviews, because the reviews are a percentage of your sales. So in the beginning, if you're finding it really hard, lower your selling price a little bit just to start generating a lot of sales. So then you can get those numbers in and hopefully get reviews. It's not my favorite thing to say, lower your selling price, because I do know you're working hard in order to get these products on Amazon, and get them to be really successful. But this is something that you can do as well. Furkan on Instagram is asking how much the professional business license costs in the UAE. Furkan, we've got different types of business licenses in the UAE. You've got the e-trader license, which is issued by the DED, which is available for all residents of Dubai, no matter what your nationality is. This business license is approximately 1,070 dirhams per year. You've got the e-commerce activity if you want business license from free zones. Free zones, there's so many, I think around 60 free zones in the UAE. So the costs vary. It can start maybe around 5,000 dirhams per year and go all the way higher. And then you've got your mainland business license, which is in mainland Dubai. This is not a business license that you require if you want to sell on Amazon. So I would suggest to either stick to the e-trader license or the free zone business license. I'm not a business registration expert myself. I'm sure you will find a lot of information by simply typing in Google or asking ChatGPT. You can work with the free zones directly, or you can work with awesome business registration specialists, so many fantastic companies that can help you in the UAE. This should not be a problem. It's a very simple process in the UAE. Rami is saying, why Amazon deduct high percentage of selling products? For example, if my product weight 500 milliliter and cost me 6 dirhams and I sell 12 dirhams, Amazon will deduct 15 dirhams. Why? First of all, you certainly should not be selling a product for 12 dirhams on Amazon, because even if you get it for 6 dirhams, selling it at 12 dirhams doesn't make sense. Second of all, Amazon doesn't deduct like this. I want you to remember something, Rami, that you are listing your products for free on Amazon. If you were listing your products in a supermarket, supermarkets and key accounts would charge you simply to list the product and have it on their shelf. Opening your account on Amazon is free of charge. Listing your product is free of charge. So you can have your product show up to millions of customers every single month for free. You only pay Amazon once the product sells. That's why the charges are a little bit higher. On Amazon, you've got two different fees. You've got a referral fee and you've got an FBA fee. Assuming that you're selling something liquid, I would think that you are selling in the grocery category. If you're selling in the grocery category, any food item, and you are selling it below 50 dirhams, which in your example you are, then Amazon will take 5% from your selling price. So if you're selling it at 12 dirhams, Amazon will take just 5% from those 12 dirhams. Now, if you want to do FBA, meaning you want to send the products over to the Amazon warehouse so that the customers can get the product free of charge delivered to them, then Amazon, once the order is placed by the customer, Amazon will pick, pack, and deliver the product on your behalf. Obviously, this is a service. Even if you were to outsource it to a company, it will actually cost you more than that. If you find that the cost is too high based on the cost of your product, and you can't sell your product for more than 12 dirhams, as an example, then do FBM, where you are doing the fulfillment yourself and you need to only pay 5%, as an example. So that is something that you can do. But the Amazon fees, I do understand they are things that people don't really understand. But at the end of the day, Amazon takes its fees, and then based on the fees, you can reverse engineer and decide what to sell your products for. Remember, Amazon is a volume-based platform. Making 50, 60% profit per product would not be logical. You can make around 15, 20, even 10% profit, but sell a lot of products rather than sell one product and make 50 to 60%. You can decide which works best for you. You can follow this system, you can follow the volume-based system, whatever the case may be. But I do recommend that you dive a little bit deeper to understand really how the fees on Amazon work, because I believe that you are misinformed. Muhammad is asking, I have company in UAE and Amazon seller account as well, but inactive now. How can you help in this regard? Is it possible? Can you run my Amazon seller account? Well, the Amazon Sellers Society is the leading service provider and operational partner for Amazon in the UAE and Saudi Arabia. This is what we do. We help and support sellers. In fact, we've supported over 3,000 sellers since 2019 with all the services required for Amazon. You can reach out to us. You will find in the description box, if you are watching us on YouTube, in the description box of this video. If you are watching us on Instagram, you can click on our bio, find more information about how to connect with us. However, if your account has been deactivated due to certain things and breaking some of Amazon's rules and regulations, no, we cannot reactivate it for you, as this is breaking Amazon's terms of service. But if it's just a small issue, yes, we can look into helping and supporting you. Reach out to us. Happy to check how we can help you. Last question, Islam. How can I increase my FBA storage limit? I have 500 only and my IPI score is 606, unable to launch many SKUs, almost 1 year account. That's interesting that your account has been active for a year, because the IPI score and the limitation kicks in around 3 months after you start selling. So based on your IPI score, if it's currently 606, you should have received an increase in your allocated inventory. Amazon checks at the end of each quarter. They've already checked early December. And for sellers that have acceptable IPI scores, Amazon has also already increased your inventory. So since you have not received any email from Amazon, it means maybe your IPI score is fluctuating, because on average, it needs to be well above 500. So make sure that you check and make sure that you keep it as high as possible for the next 3 months. They will check again January, February, early March, first or second week of March is when they will check everyone's account and reach out to you and let you know whether or not your inventory has been increased. There is no way to actively request for additional inventory or anything like that. It is solely based on your IPI score. Fantastic. Thank you, everyone. A last question is coming from Instagram. It's Sumar Official. How much we should spend on PPC campaign in Amazon? This is very relevant because it's relevant to a lot of different things. It's very relevant to what you are selling, who you are competing against. The cool thing is when you create an ad campaign on Amazon, Amazon with its updated campaign manager and its AI tools will let you know how much money you should be spending per day on the campaign. It will also let you know how much bidding you should be bidding. So you can follow Amazon's recommendations, and you can certainly tweak it from there. So start with Amazon's recommendation and go up or go down depending on the results that you find. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining Seller Sessions Monday, 5 p.m. I hope this was helpful. Hope to see you next week. We are running these Seller Sessions all December. Make sure that you leave your comments below this live stream, because I'll be able to see your questions and your comments and respond back to them in next week's live stream. Thank you so much. God bless.